Hi everybody, and welcome to our Health and Wellness YouTube channel. Today's topic will be focusing on time management, tips to help you get the most out of your day. One of the awesome realizations is no matter who you are or what you do for a living, we are all working with the same amount of time. Time cannot be purchased, bartered, or saved, so let's go ahead and see what we can do to use the time we have more efficiently. The first thing we need to do is shift our mindset. We need to stop asking ourselves, why should I wake up early? Or why do I need a calendar? Instead, start asking yourself, how much time would I have to myself in the morning? And what can I do with this extra time? This is an important first step in reclaiming your time. Instead of asking why, look at the how and the what. Once we have shifted our mindset, we can begin to establish a routine and learn to stick to it. This could include waking up 30 minutes earlier than needed to allow you to add some quiet time to your schedule. As a busy mother and wife, it's often hard to carve out time to allow for self-care. By simply adding 30 minutes to your morning routine, you can start off your day on the right foot, less frazzled and overwhelmed. One of the things that you can do during this time is to take no more than 5 minutes to write down a list of prioritized tasks that you need to get done that day. This often helps to bring your day into focus and allows you to start mapping out your goals. An important part of time management is setting goals and rewarding yourself for a job well done. My next tip would be to use a calendar. Whether it's an app, on paper, a fridge family planner, a bullet journal, or whichever format works for you, this is a crucial tool. This is the tool that will allow you to track everything you do. In the beginning, you should use your calendar to track all your activities. I know, this sounds daunting, but if you've ever followed a nutrition plan, you know that the best way to hold yourself accountable for the food you eat is to track it. The same technique can be applied to time. All of a sudden, you might realize that you aren't actually spending 15 to 30 minutes scrolling on Instagram, but are actually getting sucked into a 2 to 3 hour social media black hole. The important thing to remember is once you are aware of your wasted time, you can start to ask yourselves the right questions. Does using my time for these activities make me happier? Do they fit with the life goals I have set for myself? What could I have done differently with that time? Using a technique called time blocking, combined with the use of a calendar, this will allow you to visualize the time in your day that is already dedicated to predetermined activities. This could be used for appointments, activities, workouts. The list is endless. But essentially, this allows you to decide how you will spend your time before it's spent. And when dealing with multiple schedules while juggling a hectic work and home life, this will allow you to be efficient and focus your energies on the task ahead. My third tip is planning. I would break this down into 2 subcategories. Firstly, meal planning. When I was younger and time seemed infinite, we would sometimes come home to an empty fridge and spend the next 30 minutes to an hour trying to decide what to eat. Then we would need to go to the grocery store, pick up supplies and missing ingredients, and go back home to cook. We would repeat this pattern sometimes up to 7 times a week. What a waste of time. Now I plan. On Sundays, I plan out my weekly menus. Although it might feel tedious or non-spontaneous because who knows what I'll feel like eating on Thursday, it is a great way to focus your time and energy on a task and reduce wasted time. As a side bonus, you'll also be saving money, as you'll only be buying the items you need for your meal planning and nothing will go to waste. If you want to take meal planning to the next level, you can also block off time in your schedule to meal prep. This could include cooking your meals in advance and then reheating at a later time. For example, if Sunday afternoons are more flexible for cooking as opposed to the weekly rush of coming home from school and work and music lessons and hockey, then you have to do what's best for your lifestyle. The second part of planning is a to-do list. It's important when putting together a list that you prioritize the items on your list. You can break things down into 4 categories. Important and urgent has an immediate impact on your life and has a very clear set deadline. You also have important but non-urgent, has an impact, but the deadline is somewhat more flexible. Urgent but not important needs to get done but has no lingering after effect. And then you have the not urgent and not important list. This is your want to do list. Once things are placed on a list, this is a great visual aid of what the expectations you're placing upon yourself are. This will help you to learn to delegate, get people involved. And once tasks are accomplished, there's no greater feeling than crossing them off your list. My final tip for today is to stay out of your own way. Let me explain. I consider myself to be a perfectionist. This is not the most glamorous side of my personality. Some of the pitfalls of being a perfectionist are: you have an all or nothing personality. You have a critical eye towards everything. You set unrealistic standards for yourself and others. You are too focused on results. And you have a huge fear of failure. These personality traits can have a huge impact on your use of time by causing you to procrastinate, be defensive, and have low self-esteem. The sum of all this can be debilitating and cause what some people refer to as perfection paralysis. The best ways to overcome these issues is to realize that perfection is a figment of your imagination. Stop being fixated on results and failures. Retire that all or nothing personality. Try to quiet that mean inner voice that tries to keep you down through meditation or other soothing rituals. And finally, recognize all the contributions you make in your life, your work, in the life of your loved ones, despite imperfect efforts. I hope you've enjoyed today's tips. And remember, productivity is important, but being productive is not the same thing as being efficient.